Once again, hello everyone. Welcome to Live Across the Pond with my pontification partner, Andrew Henderson. Good afternoon, UK, after the rehearsal today.
Good morning, USA, and I'm in a time machine. I think I've
Yeah,
already been here already and gone through
yeah, we
this.
have been here. Only I
Yeah,
didn't have my act together, so now we're doing it
yeah,
over.
it's making me feel even worse because that intro's at least 3 times longer than my intro as well.
Oh no, your intro is 17 seconds. That intro is 40 seconds.
That's disgusting. Well, okay, 3 times longer.
Okay, first of all, I had a lovely chat with Karen Staley yesterday, which just inherently reminded me I do a horrible job showing how talented she is. The wonderful song that she wrote and produced in 8 days, and there's 3 other ones for the Arise USA tour. So I just wanted to play that intro today. Knew you'd get all pissy because she's getting more airtime than you, and Rebecca Cunningham, who completely screwed up my whole system, and I had to redo it is the one who produced that, and she also is talented. So those two talented ladies I wanted to bring to the forefront, and there you're getting all messy in the jowl.
Well, it just shows you when people, oligarchs, can take control of media, what can happen. You have no say. You're just treated like a fly on the ground.
No, actually, this today has nothing with the oligarchs. It has everything to do with Trent didn't get his act together. So there, let's just put it where it is. All right. Hey, it's a big day in our nation's or the world's history.
Is it?
Yeah, September 2nd. So three things that really jump out. Number one, the Great Fire of London, 1666. 80%
well, it was
80% of London.
Yeah, it was only 80% a good day. It was only 80%.
Only 80%.
Yeah, and the other 20% were probably the politicians, and they probably got spared it. It should have been the other way around. 80% of the fantastic city stayed, and the politicians went up in smoke, because that's what needs to happen.
How come everything ends up being an 80-20 rule?
Funny you should say that. And the other thing is, who was the guy measuring where the fire hadn't gone in those days?
Somebody whose house didn't burn.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Okay. Second thing, speaking of fire, this is the day in, I think, 1865 that a feller named Sherman burned Atlanta.
Oh.
Kind of bringing the Civil War to an end.
So it's a very hot day then, by the sounds of it.
And this is the day in 1945 that Japan signs the paper saying, "Uncle, we're out of this." The end of World War II.
Wow. That sent a bit of a shiver down my spine, that did.
Right. So, because yesterday was the day it began. Yesterday, remember, in 39 was the day that Hitler invaded Poland. Today in 45 is the day that it all comes to an end. Maybe. The question is, did World War II really end? But it did for the killing.
That's interesting. If you just hear what you said, day in 45, it came to an end. Profound. Maybe we are in a time machine.
Okay. Hey, I'm in the land of Lincoln.
Wait a minute. I've got news.
Whoa. Well, I got news too. Wait, your news is 6 hours ahead of my news. Go first.
Instagram is down all over the UK since 11 o'clock.
What does that mean?
Well, that's one of the 3 major social media outlets in the UK. And as people are now making me well aware of, there's some big things that are happening worldwide which have been completely shut down from the media. And I think this is really interesting. The first one is people trying to show videos of Eric Clapton's song against COVID. Apparently are being taken down all over Facebook. One of our listeners has just pointed that out. But the other thing is, and I think if in any other state of circumstances, this would be the biggest story for years, bigger than Afghanistan. Mm-hmm. Because as far as I'm aware, and I'm getting snippets of this from other social media outlets, Australia's truckers have completely blockaded their country. And yet all social media, they've tried to shut the whole story down because they've literally shut off every major road artery in the whole of Australia. And yet the mainstream media don't want anybody to know. Isn't that incredible?
That happened last week. You know that, right?
No. The proper actual, I know they did a couple last week. Yesterday they showed, I saw a map where they'd literally blocked every single artery to every major city.
Really?
Yesterday. Yes.
Good for them.
That's a huge story. And yeah, I see that Margaret Louise is telling us about the that treacherous bloke in Canada that is just he's just committing tyranny daily.
He is. Actually, he has been for a long time. It isn't until recently that the general folks have started to recognize it.
Unfortunately, I think he'll get in with a coalition.
Just to give you an indication, 6 years ago, I was speaking in Alberta for the this was the goats, the Alberta, because the one year I spoke for goats and bison the same year, but this was the goat meeting. I started. Why are you laughing at the Goat Association of Alberta? Why can't they have a goat association? Huh?
You always assume, right, that I'm laughing because of something you said. Well, it wasn't you that was making me laugh. It was what somebody had said there.
Okay, so
so carry on. Just carry on and stop getting.
Pippi Longstocking flea just flew up my nose. But anyway, so the only time in the history of me speaking, 21 years, whatever the case may be, I got a standing ovation up on my first sentence out of my mouth.
The only time you've ever got a standing ovation, or the only time you've carry on.
one sentence. They introduced me and I started with one sentence. I got a standing ovation 6 years ago. Guess what it was?
Something not very nice about Trudeau by the sounds of it, but carry on.
Clearly it is time to Trump Trudeau.
There you go. See, I'm a mind reader.
That was 6 years. You are a mind reader. That was 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so can I tell you about Illinois now?
Yes.
I'm at Frank and Stacy Bowman's place. Wells is hanging around making sure we have electricity, which is important. He's fixing to be a lineman. And yesterday, the Illinois State Senate, make sure you're clear, the Illinois State Senate voted to eliminate by 2045 all coal-fired power plants in the state of Illinois. Now, it has to go to the House. It's not a done deal. But the mere fact that they think they can go to 100%. Oh, and by the way, they're shutting down nuclear plants too. And for those that may not know, Illinois historically has had the most coal-fired power plants in the United States. So as we continue to move into more and more demand for electricity, we are shutting down the most affordable, the cleanest, I'm going to tell you it's clean, the most abundant renewable resource we have, energy from coal. And don't tell me coal is not renewable, because we've been mining coal from the West Virginia mountains for 80 years, and we've used like 2% of the available coal. So don't give me that hogwash. It's just stupidity reigning. That means that it's going to be dark in Illinois on this day, September 2nd, 2045.
Well, it's just stupid, isn't it? There's no other word for what these politicians are doing. Stupid.
It is. That's the word. Stupid.
Yeah.
They need to, every one of them, be unelected. Every single one that voted this way in the next election. Nothing is more important than our energy supply, because without a reliable energy supply, and by the way, this is not just an Illinois problem. In fact, yesterday, my lovely wife wrote our column for the week. I say our column because she did it instead of me this week, about how stupid, your word, how stupid the Nebraska Public Power District is in trying to decarbonize the utility company. Decarbonize means death.
Good grace. I mean, words.
Yeah, I'm like, I've known you for 13 years now, and I've never seen you more speechless.
it's the sheer ignorance of all this. It's climate emergency, climate change. Oh, it's just absolute rectum. It really is.
Rubbish. Isn't your English word rubbish?
It's rubbish. It's obscene, and it actually is resulting in the opposite of what they think it's going to result in. Why don't we start with why don't we start with real issues like pollution from plastic and stuff like that? Why don't we start with something real?
Pollution from China. Period. Yeah. Hey, it's kind of fitting though that you're wearing a lighthouse on a day we talk about going dark.
Yes, actually, that was the reason I did it. But you've just spoiled me thunder, because I was about to put fire on all this and say, look, this lighthouse is here because there's only going to be a little bit of light for a long time, because you can see that the truth is shutting down on social media. Do you know that somebody that I know and respect a lot said to me the other day, it's a good job, and he actually said it to me, and I'm telling you, he said it's a good job that Biden managed to decommission all the weapons before he left. I said, where did you get that from? And he said, oh, it's on Facebook.
I know.
Oh my God. I said, and you believed it? I said, have you not seen the helicopter flying around with the body on the end of it? I mean, at the end of the day, there's films everywhere of this massive stash of ammunition that's just been handed to the Taliban. And Facebook are actually stopping people and trying to say to people, it's all lies, that he decommissioned everything. That's how far they're going to tell lies.
Kelly has had people actually tell her in the last week, well, it wasn't good how he left, but it's just a good thing he decommissioned those weapons before he left. She's had people, even some in her family, not my family, that would say that. Oh, I'll pay for that one.
Yeah, because you haven't got any family, so what are you on about?
I have family. Here's part of my family right here, Andrew. See? Wells and Stacy, their family.
Hi.
I don't know where Frank's at. He's walking a dog or something, unloading a bull.
How much has he paid you? How much has he paid you? He's good at paying people for things like this.
They put me up for the night.
All right. Okay.
And gave me some wonderful coffee this morning.
Yeah, well, you're lucky.
By the way, so everybody knows, Rural Route is produced already, and it'll be available on Anchor later, so it will not be on this live video presentation today at the top of the hour.
I never thought I'd be on a show with you where you'd actually say live on air that some of Kelly's family is stupid, though. I think that's just.
I did not say that. I did not say something. Well, I should say that. Yeah, I should say that.
Oh, not my family. Oh, no.
Well, no, here's the deal. It's only her family. It's only her family because she talks to her family. I don't talk to my family. So there's the issue. Not true. I saw my mom yesterday and my nephew.
Well, that's good.
All right.
So anyway, tomorrow, the thing is, folks, we might have to do this through some sort of smoke signs, because I'm worried that this sort of platform might soon not be available. Let's just say that. Especially just so you know, the topic we discuss.
Just so you know, my smoke signal's 2 shorts and a long.
2 shorts and long. Okay. That's a joke, but I don't get it. But carry on.
No, it's not a joke. If you're going to go back to smoke signals, you got to know the code. My smoke signal, 2 shorts and a long.
Hang on. Incoming message from the real boss. Sadly, on this subject, the stupidity abounds. Okay. See, that's quite cryptic. So I don't know whether she's having a go at you, her family. See, that's clever, isn't it?
It is clever.
She's having a go at somebody, but it could be me. It could be me, but nobody quite knows who it is.
So, because people are asking before I say bye, Andrew. Yeah. Anchor is the podcast site which you can then listen to my broadcast on Spotify or Anchor.
Oh.
So for those asking, all of my podcasts are available on Spotify through Anchor.
Anchor in the UK is a butter from New Zealand. Just say.
Can't get it. All right. Are you done?
But I think, by the way, everybody needs to know that Apple are currently going to be vetting all our phones, checking for all the images on there. And what worries me, could they put images on your phones? It's a question, isn't it?
I'll just leave you with this little tidbit. I was going to show Frank and Stacy last night the last two texts that I received from Robert David Steele.
All right. Okay, go on.
They're gone.
I want to show you that.
Who's he with?
That's the Prime Minister of Scotland, and I see red because she's announced yesterday that she's going to have vaccine passports in Scotland, and I see red.
Thanks to Bill Gates.
Schindler's, yeah, because he's coming out with a vaccine passport.
Schindler's List. Did you just say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's coming out. I see red because she's the little lady, and I see red because she's coming. She's using his vaccine passport data analysis that he's developed for the whole pandemic. What a? Am I off air?
No, you're not off air.
Because I was gonna say something really rude there.
Regaining control for the farmer, Andrew Henderson Trent Loos. He wants to talk freely, so we'll say